Bonjour. Terry Kottman, Partners in Play, the last chapter of the book, Marriage and Family Play Therapists, Reorienting, Re-Educating, the fourth and final phase of therapy. The therapist's role shifts slightly, moving to a more directive, teaching-oriented function than in earlier phases to help the client consolidate new perspectives on lifestyles, private logic, can you see where this is going? Basic convictions as we have gained in the insight phase, continuing to meta-communicate about patterns and attitudes, feelings, thoughts, and behaviors. Generate new ways of viewing themselves, others, in the world, feeling and behaving in various situations, and relating to people. Deciding to act differently on the basis of their evolving view of themselves, others, in the world. Using brainstorming and problem-solving strategies to help them consider and choose new constructive behavior and interactional patterns by using toys, art, media, role-playing, and other teaching tools. Hopefully, deficits that have referred the client to therapy, social skills, negotiation skills, sharing power, have begun to remediate, giving the children a chance to report back on what's happened in the process of generalizing new learning to other situations and relationships. During this phase of counseling, an important thing is to encourage children and parents about the growth that's been made and get them ready for termination. Limitless creative methods of generating alternatives, teaching skills, practicing alternatives skills, and encouraging. So, 254, how to help the child generate alternative thoughts, feelings, and actions to gain a sense of belonging and significance. Children are frequently much wiser than adults in their lives believe. Many times they know what they are supposed to do but haven't done it because the acceptable behaviors don't fit in their perceptions of themselves or meet the goals of their behavior or their private logic or their perception of their crucial C's or their personality priorities. So helping them to reconsider experiences related to specific situations that will allow them to act more constructively. The process can be direct or indirect, just like earlier phases, designing therapeutic metaphors, bibliotherapy, creative characters, mutual storytelling to explore alternative thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Role plays, puppet plays, doll play. If you're using direct communication, inviting the child to practice using alternative thoughts, feelings, and actions in the play therapy session, making plans, how to practice it in specific situations at home and school in the real world. Page 286 gives, 287 also, case studies on how to generate that portion. Teaching new skills and behavior, brainstorming, problem-solving strategies, indirect or direct approach, depending on what's the most efficacious method of communicating with that particular client. The most frequently needed skills are social skills, negotiation skills, direction following skills. Learn behaviors inherent in sharing power with others. Going back to control issues. Calming anxiety, reducing depression and anxiety and aggressiveness, making appropriate decisions, communicating thoughts and feelings clearly, stopping obsessive thoughts, teaching negotiation skills, social skills, direction following, providing practice of new behavior, practicing with the play therapist or another person in the room to share power and to practice, rehearse new behaviors before using them in the real world. If the child has a reactive, violent, or resistant reaction, it may be because the termination is occurring too soon. And we may need to withdraw, pull back just a bit. Balancing children on the factors of aggressive versus submissive, active, passive, outgoing and withdrawn, hyperactive and depressed on those continuum, not having two of the same kind or two children in the room that are totally polar opposites. Termination, that it's not a closed door, it's a revolving door that they can come back in. That all the reviewing all the work that's been done and all the progress that's been made and a celebratory time. The last pages of this book are a case sample from 293 with Keisha as well to 297. So this is a case book on how to use very purist, very strict Adlerian play therapy through the stages with children to assess all of the things that Adler found important in individual psychology. You may choose to be a purist and use this or adapt portions of Adlerian play therapy as fits well into your own personal practice, integrating it with other theories to find a more prescriptive approach. At any way that you choose to use it, I think the book will be very helpful to you in future practice, and thank you for doing this with us.